Écoute, c'est DJ Max.
Barbara Streisand. Justin Bieber.
Hello and welcome back, guys, to the League of Legends 4pl play4fame Kaostv Vengeance Cup August final. This is the semis, and I am Pulse, once again joined by Spuddington. Hello.
Hello. How's
Enthusiastic.
Yes.
Okay, so the first bands will be Orianna, Yorick, Soraka, and Lee Sin. This is EloHell versus Team Black. You may have seen them in a recent MLG.
Yes, they didn't have much fun at MLG, I suspect, but
The Koreans, man, them Koreans.
well, frankly, he didn't do brilliantly against TSM either.
No.
But regardless, yeah, Orianna, Soraka, Lee Sin, Yorick, Alistair, Diana. Soraka is an interesting ban, actually. Like Orianna and Yorick are kind of being banned out because they're pretty strong in the lane and because they have pretty good late game utility. Alistair is being banned out because he's a very strong jungler. Diana is very strong mid at the moment. Lee Sin, very strong ganking jungler for his early game. Soraka is somewhat more of an interesting ban in that she isn't currently horrendously strong. She's just very awkward to deal with in bottom lane. Like, she gets to a point where you just can't kill whoever she's babysitting.
Yeah, definitely. So, actually, the first pick will be Shen, followed up by a quick Sona, and there's this Ezreal as well. So yeah, Ezreal Sona is a very, very solid lane. Like, Ezreal is probably the best AD carry at the moment, like, without a doubt, just because all his competitors have just been nerfed into the ground. And so it's like, oh, hey, Ezreal's still the same, let's pick him. Next one will be Sona, one of the greatest supports at the moment, great poke, great everything. Just brings everything into the lane, basically, and the game. Great game-changing ultimate. And then you have Shen, who is, well, global presence, as we said before. If you get ahead, you stay ahead. Late game heats, that amazing split pushing power. And you could also take teleports as well, so you can just be all over the map all of the time.
Can also go in the jungle if he gets counterpicked at top. So yeah, he's very, very flexible and very, very strong pick. And it's looking like maybe a Blitzcrank lane. Now, this is probably Sona's biggest weakness as a support in lane. She has this really, really good poke, but her problem is if she gets engaged upon after her kind of initial damage, she doesn't really have all that much until she's got her ult for that AoE stun. So yeah, Blitzcrank Corki is a very aggressive lane. And it looks like people aren't, like, Corki was certainly very strong pre-patch, and, like, I, among others, seem to think that the nerf to his passive is going to really, really hurt him, but it looks like he's still being picked very commonly. Like, I'm somewhat surprised by it, but maybe I've misjudged how much that nerf is going to affect his late game damage. But it seems like, to me, like, critical strike adds up to a huge proportion of late game damage. It's so odd. But anyway, like a Nocturne wouldn't be too surprising. Gragas pick is not very surprising at all because they're having to pick their mid right now. They need to pick someone who is very difficult to counter. And obviously Gragas fits in with a lot of different compositions. He can fit in with a kind of picking team, he can fit in with an AoE team. And obviously he has a disengage too, so he's just great utility, very difficult to beat in a lane, and just all around very, very solid.
Yeah, for a larger man, Gragas is quite flexible, so...
Made of jelly.
He's made of jelly, exactly. Just fit through all those trees and become immaterial and go through rocks as well. But we will have the Nocturne, of course, great initiation, and Yeah, it's a very interesting setup so far, honestly. Like, you have great initiate, great follow-up, great peeling power for Ezreal. Very interesting, very interested in seeing what Vander picks up right here. Very interesting composition so far. Just waiting for Black to pick their picks, well, which is generally what you do in the picking and banning phase. But potentially we'll have...
Gonna ban my picks.
Ban my pick, yeah, exactly.
This is the problem. This is what happens when you're like banning, and then you think, oh well, now I want to pick this character. Oh, I still had a ban left. Banning your picks.
Yeah. Very interested on seeing what these guys pick up, because they're obviously just choosing a load of random things at the moment, which I really don't think are just going to come to fruition. And Ori and Rengar. Okay, so once again we've been talking about Rengar being a very interesting pick. Really haven't seen it too much in competitive play, generally because people thought he was weak. Some people thought he was overpowered when he first came out. And then Ori, once again, the very solid mid pick. He's always going to be very strong for the variety of reasons, which is mainly the mobility and just great burst damage and low cooldowns and everything. And then basically just waiting for the last pick from Vander.
Yep, like Rengar has some interesting strengths and he has some serious weaknesses too. Like he has a really strong early game burst damage for sort of an AD melee, but he also has like this really big problem late game where he has trouble gap closing. Like he kind of has to use his ult to get a dash away from a bush. So like he can't really reach the opponents to dive onto them unless he uses his ult, but he wants to really ideally save his ult for like an escape if he can. But you know, maybe they can do something with him here. And Udyr.
Ooh.
Alright.
Udyr definitely being locked in there. That's funky. I know Veggie's Udyr is pretty good, and we've seen an Udyr earlier today, in fact, and he worked out pretty well, but I'm unsure whether they'll go for the... Wait a minute. I assume that's going to be Udyr top and they're going to switch last second, because that couldn't possibly be a laning Nocturne, could it?
Go! It could be. It's not actually unreasonable. I mean, if you think about the way Nocturne's skill set is set up, having that spell shield means he can really nullify a lot of Shen's damage. Like, that's fascinating, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, I'm waiting on this now. I really want to know because he could switch up at the very last second.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I like how we were both like, yeah. Ah, there's a switch up. Oh, yeah. Disappointment.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, for today only, August 31st, alternate.de will bundle a free Corsair t-shirt with any purchase of a Corsair Vengeance headset, keyboard, or mouse. To take advantage of this special offer, click on the link or on the banner. It's first come, first served, so be quick. Alternatively, also go to kaostv.eu/vengeance. Take a look at the Corsair Vengeance 2007.1 gaming headset. If you go ahead and go onto the 4pl website, 4pl.4players.de, go on to the news. The very first result is raffle Corsair Vengeance 2007.1 gaming headset. Yeah, I might as well just say the whole thing. Go ahead, click on that, and basically just answer the question, or complete the sentence rather. I deserve to win a Corsair Vengeance 2007.1 wireless gaming headset because, ellipsis, and basically fill in the rest. I love how I just said the name of the product like 4,000 times. But that will be all I have to say for right now. We're going to be jumping into a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we will be back into the game with... That's not Acer, is it? That's EloHell versus Team Black. Stay tuned, guys. Have a nice break. Hey guys, welcome back to the League of Legends 4pl Play for Fame Corsair Vengeance Club August finale. This will be the semi-finals. I am joined by Spuddington. How are you doing, man? What is up? And what do you think of this game?
I'm doing pretty well. I don't care what I'm thinking of the game. I'm busy looking at Arcade Sona here.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at that.
Sort of
Pretty.
yeah, funky. Very camp skin. Very bright, perhaps would be a better way of putting it. But actually, it's looking like they're going to go for an invade here. I think.
Could be. Oh, someone's spazzing out.
EloHell is definitely ready for it. Yeah, what's going on there? Rengar, what are you doing? Stop that!
Stop that!
It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, but obviously they had the Blitzcrank, so they're definitely looking for some early aggression here.
Ooh, did they see them?
Ooh, I don't know.
They haven't moved, so maybe not.
They've warded though, so they.
They know there's the pull straight onto the tank, not the greatest person. Fat Mama taking a huge amount of damage at the end as well. Salvo flashing out. Rengar actually flashing into the rest of the team. First blood goes onto Sona. Alvic going straight onto Vander as well. He's also out of position. He'll goes down. Rest of the team chasing onto Rengar now. Naprian surely going to fall. Vander will fall in turn 2 for 2 trades so far. Looking to reclaim some kills right here. Looking like EloHell in the better position, but everyone going to go ahead and recall. Nocturne going to just have to go with those wolves by himself. No one really to help him. But the rest of Team Black will have to go back. Oh, that rhymes. And they will have to be slightly behind on the jungle, and that will probably hurt some of the laning phase as well. So, all in all, EloHell came out a little better.
Yeah, I mean, they also got the first blood onto Sona, though. That kind of is a mixed bag in that, firstly, they did get more gold out of it, so obviously that's an advantage. But they also got more gold onto Sona, as opposed to, characters like Ezreal and Gragas, who will obviously scale better with that gold. But, it's still very nice to have, and it means that that boots start that we saw on Sona, which I didn't actually get time to mention, she started with boots and 2 wards, and that's very, very risky. Vander actually right now getting grabbed by Fat Mama. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Ooh, Erotic also following with a lot of pain, and meanwhile on top, Pokestyle did actually catch Alvic as he was heading up to that top lane, catching him with bringing him down to about 50% health as well. Lane Udyr hurts quite a lot.
Absolutely brutal, actually. Like, if you're in the right lane as Lane Udyr, you can really, really push someone around. He just gets to a point where you can't kill him, and he can definitely kill you. And Erotic actually is
Oh, pull by Fat Mama, and this could be first blood, not first blood. Another kill for Team Black.
A kill.
A kill. It would be a kill. This is usually the point in the game where it's just like first blood, but it's not.
No, well, yeah, actually, that was pretty clever there by Fat Mama, because he made it definitely look like Erotic was going to be the one who was getting grabbed, and then he just kind of turned it around.
Oh, but he did grab Erotic, and now he's being exhausted, following up with Corky as well. There's the power fist. Oh, one more auto attack. There's the flash as well. There's the game over. Wow, that is awesome. I'm sorry. I am genuinely sad at your death, but that was an awesome death animation.
I didn't see it actually.
Have to rewind, man.
That's sad. I'll do it in my own time. But yeah, like I said, I was sort of off on a tangent there about Sona. Like, she started boots and 2 wards, which I found very strange at the start, because obviously you will want more wards.
Rengar ganking with that gut closer he has. Oh wait.
Oh dear. Well, if he has 5 ferocity, he does have a ranged route, which is obviously very nice to have. But yeah, Sona with boots start and 2 wards seems odd, because she wants to be doing a lot of pokey, so she wants to be getting up in the enemy's face. So why would you want no sustain? Because obviously they're going to fight back. But as it happened, she got first blood, so that obviously worked out for them very well.
Yeah, definitely. And Rengar really is committed to this mid gank. He wants it to happen. That being said, Boulder Strike is on a very small range. I mean, it is quite small. So, yes, it is a route, and he has full ferocity right now, so not entirely sure why or what Naprian is trying to achieve here. But, okay, yep, he's going to back off. Pokestyle just dealing more hurt onto Alvic. He's just using that feint really to tank some damage. And obviously maxing the Vorpal Blade for the harass. And looks like, yep, Lane Udyr always maxing the Tiger for maximum pain. And
yeah.
The
thing about Shen is he's very hard to push out of a lane. because he has that spammable shield, and because he has that like life stealing ability, and because he has an escape. Like, it's really, really, really hard to get him to leave the lane. And Alvic there, I don't know if that was caught on camera, but what Rengar was doing before, pretty much Alvic had that happen to him, but while he was trying to go for CS. So that was pretty
I think
rude.
that's been happening more recently. I've had that happen to me as well. And Naprian looking to do something onto Pucky style. I mean, well, he is in lane, and he does obviously have the gap closer right now. There is the jump. A lot of damage coming out for Ferocity as well. And with the boulder strike for the snare, and that will be a kill. Very nicely done. And funny enough, Rengar jungle was one of the things that a lot of people didn't like. When looking at it, it was just like, Rengar jungle, not sure about it. But yeah, it seems to be working out pretty well.
I think a lot of the weaknesses of Rengar jungle come from the lack of a gap closer without bushes. So if you have a lane which has CC in it on its own, which all three of these lanes do, they have Blitzcrank, they have Ahri, and they have Shen, that gives him the chance to actually...
another pull onto Vander. However, the Arcane Shift did go out, and because of the amazingly janky mechanics that we all know and, or in this case, hate, but he will just go to that position anyway.
Yeah, Arcane Shift is very, very funky in how it works.
Yeah.
And, you can get away with some interesting stuff, like getting hit by the
another
grab and then-
pull. Israel's heroic. There is the ignite, and one more auto attack. There it is. Game over once again. I hope you saw that. And Veggie will be going in for that lane gank, but obviously nothing he could do with a dead Sona. Fat Mama just straight on top of these grabs all of this game. Oh, and Celiva has also been caught. Naprian coming in from the side as well. Only one Ferocity, landing the boulder strike. One more auto attack. There it is. Naprian picking that one up once again. 7-2 right now, about 2k ahead. It's early onto the game. Pretty good advantage.
Yeah, EloHell is taking a beating right now. Like, they are how many kills behind? How much gold? Like, critical lanes right now are going to be mid. So are going to be mid, singular. But Ahri has a good what?
Oh,
400
Naprian
gold?
popping the ultimate, looking to do some damage on the Pucky style. Face roller coming in from the side as well. Boulder strike goes down into the ultimate to keep him alive. Extra bit of shielding will be going in, and that will be the kill very comfortably. And that shield actually keeping him alive. Well played by Shen and Naprian, just knowing how much damage they could take as a group. I have to say, since the last time we've casted, since the last time we casted Black, they've improved significantly.
Oh, they were never a bad team.
No, by any stretch of imagination, but Veggie coming in with the Dustbringer, Valkyrie out there. Fat Mama could potentially be picked up. There's the flash, and he will be good to go. But yeah, going back to that point, yeah, they've never been a bad team. It's just a massive step up. And Celiva actually popping the ultimate onto Face Roller, who's completely out of mana, looking for some more. Oh, the body flop, just not finishing off Face Roller. Perfect flash.
Yeah, that's always the thing. When you're escaping someone like Gragas, you always have to save your abilities. Like, too often you'll see someone flash very early on, and really what you want to be doing is like saving it so you can avoid the skill shots. Basically, you can on reaction you can dodge every single thing that Gragas can use by using flash, except maybe his ult because it's such a huge AOE. But yeah, no, that's really, really nicely played. Like, Black are definitely edging out at the moment, and honestly, it's hard to say because they've both got pretty decent late games, but I'd say they probably have the better one right now as well.
Yeah,
So,
and honestly, at the beginning of the game, I thought they were going to come up worse because obviously the jungler was going to be slightly behind, or the lanes were just generally going to be a bit behind because they came to lane later, but well, hell, it's been going really well for them, and Celiva taking a lot of damage. Oh, the ultimate not finished off. He didn't manage to land his full combo with the charm, but very aggressive right now, and they can definitely afford to be. Pucky style returning some hurt onto Shen, but at the moment, it looks like Shen's, well, trading with him better. That's all you can really say about that. Just bumping heads more than anything.
Yeah, well, it was until a second ago, level 6 versus level 8, and when you're both playing characters that rely a huge amount on the...
Fat Mama once again picking up the pull and probably the power fist. Actually, I think he's saving it for Vander, who has had to double flash along with the arcane shift. How many pull kills have happened this game for Fat Mama alone?
He's doing a
Oh, and
really
Alvic
good
potentially
job.
picked up here. There's the ignite from Pucky style, and yeah, will be finished off. Feint not coming up fast enough. At least 1 kill reclaimed, but wow, Fat Mama kills all day.
MVP at the moment. Like,
Yeah.
he's doing a really good job of landing those grabs, and EloHell just don't seem to have an answer for it. Their bot lane is just repeatedly getting grabbed. Like, they've warded the bush. They know when he's going for a grab, but he's just really good at reading where they're going to go. Like, that's the thing with the Blitzcrank. If you can predict what the enemy is going to do, you can ruin them.
Yeah, and there's also an element of, can I actually pull them without my
popped his
ally
ultimate,
dying?
going for mid. Not a lot happening there, actually, really. Some of them are just kind of ulting the floor to get away. Then again, Rengar's ultimate is... Ooh, actually, no, that's a much longer cooldown than I thought it was.
It is, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Oh well. For some reason I had it in my head that it was about a minute, but apparently...
At max rank, it's very low. If you get some cooldown reduction, you can get it on like 40-something seconds. It's like, what?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the early ganks. I guess it's because they didn't want to hit that Eve situation where you have a stealth.
Yeah.
That is horrible to deal with. And
Welcome to Viable Shaco! But, Fat Mama's just trying to clean up. Oh, Shen ulting, a bit of a miscommunication. It's just like, oh, hey. And the Shen will be actually interrupted. No, he's pulling! Erotic. I don't think you can really kill him there. But we do have face roller coming down. Oh, that was all they needed to stall. Well played, and the face roller is picking it up very, very quickly. That even baited me, the caster.
Yeah, Shen just like... Yeah, that's a really, really clever bait, actually. Like, if you use a Shen ult, relying on the fact that Pokestyle is going to stop you from teleporting, and then you use that to bait the Blitzcrank and make it look like you screwed off and had a miscommunication, and then you end up actually having your mid and your jungle gank at the same time, but slightly after, you lull your enemies into a false sense of security. I'm pretty sure that was intentional. It's the kind of thing that could happen accidentally, but I think that was very intentional.
They've done enough this game, like mechanically, skill-wise, that I'm going to go ahead and say it wasn't. It was planned out. Like, it wasn't just a fluke, because they've been like performing exceptionally as a team. Like, not just mechanically by themselves. Like, obviously we saw that flash before by Ari, but as a unit, as a single team, they're interacting really well. And this is something we really didn't see from Black before. They're acting like a new Moscow 5, who are just so oiled. They're like a machine. It's kind of crazy to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd hand out the Moscow 5 recommendation.
Not quite, but I'm just drawing a comparison.
Like,
yeah.
Like, very, 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 very cleanly acting together there. You're not Moscow 5 until you started having a support roam to help your jungler out, but...
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that was very, very clever play, and, like, bot lane right now, wow. They are in a seriously bad situation. And it's not what you'd expect. Like, if you see an Ezreal lane, you don't expect him to be getting destroyed by Blitzcrank, because he can always essentially get out of the grab if he reacts correctly and uses the arcane shift. But obviously, like, he's just landing these really clever ganks, just completely grabs completely out of left field.
He's ganking his own lane. Yep. But that generally is what he's doing right now, and it's just painful. It's kind of more Sona than Ezreal getting caught, but as a result of that, it's Den Ezreal getting caught.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult for Sona when she is in that position to actually just get out of it. I mean, you got Flash, nothing inbuilt. Yeah. The only thing is just not getting caught in the first place. And
this is pretty much what I said in Champion Select. Her biggest weakness as a character is getting engaged upon. Like, just having something...
Oh, Rengar popping the ultimate though, looking to engage, but pink ward.
Yeah. Yep. Not only does it reveal a ward, but it also reveals incoming beasts. Yeah. I'm gonna actually just watch now how fast he clears golems. Oh, he didn't actually use the double. Oh, wow, actually, yes, he cleared golems pretty quick, actually. About 3 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, and he didn't even have, like, wriggles or anything. Important to note.
Yes. Having, like, a spammable double AoE ability is actually pretty incredible. Like, for clearing a camp, where it's going to be, like, multiple smaller things, then, yeah, just really fast. Kind
Yeah.
of like Shyvana, actually, in that respect, because Burnout is essentially the same principle. It's an AoE magic damage kind of costless ability, except instead of being kind of a sustained thing, it's a burst, and it's done twice. So yeah. And yeah, right now Pokestyle is actually pretty much bullying around Shen. Like, he's permanently keeping it pushed up to his tower, and you're going to lose out on farm like that eventually. Like, it's very, very hard to farm perfectly at tower. And yeah.
Oh, once again, Fat Mama pulling in Sona once again. That would be the kill for Napian. Double jump and all damage coming into Vander as well. Ugh. That bottom lane just getting bullied to all hell. However, Pokestyle is doing pretty well at top. Kind of getting baited into the turret there because that is the taunt. Pokestyle taking some more damage and eventually just coming up even more than anything. Lost all the advantage he built up, but Veggie will be meeting an angry Napian in the jungle. Has been feared. Celeber coming in as well. Face Roller coming in from the side. Celeber looking to do something here, but the float goes down, misses it. Oh, ultimate's out of the way. And Veggie kind of looking to do something. Ultimate goes down. Napian coming in from the side. Paranoia goes down straight onto Face Roller. Ultimate knocking him away from Veggie. He'll be flashing after picking up the kill. Celeber will fall to that red buff, flashing after him straight into Vander. And Ultimate goes down by Shen, cutting the vision, and now he is turning back around. Wait, what?
No, Shen got inhibited, stopped by...
Oh, but Erotic meeting an angry Napian once again. Dash goes down, and Pokestyle will be going for a 1-1 trade at top. Napian juking back into the bush once again. Jumping onto Vander, Baller Strike comes down. Oh, good. Good E over the wall by Vander, getting out of the way of that grab from Fat Mama. But they do have Corky coming in from the side. Napian is now unstoppable, jumps straight onto Vander. That should be the kill. There's the double. And a 15-5, 6k advantage already, 17 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's seriously noticeable right now. And actually, it looks like Napian may be going into mid. Yeah, he's gonna try and get onto Erotic. Oh, empowered bonus strike. Now it's just gonna be a case of a red buff guy. Oh no, wait, Gragas is there. So yep, he's gonna. I can't see him getting out of this situation, Napian.
Or he could just 2v1. Oh, Face Roller coming in as well, mopping up the mess. About that.
I couldn't see it, but apparently Napian could. It was a very nice set of jukes, like, avoiding Gragas's skill shots, but even so, like, just that heal on the Battle Shout, I think it's called Battle Roar. In fact, you'll notice he's maxing that. He's maxing his Battle Roar, where a lot of people, I think, have been maxing Q.
Yeah.
That might be where people are going wrong, honestly, because that doesn't seem to be where Rengar's power lies. Because what does he heal for with the empowered version? Yeah, 15% of his max health. Assuming he's building health, that's a lot of health. You just regain every couple of seconds if you're spamming.
And he is.
Yeah. Like, he's... Wow, actually, yeah, he's got... So 2,450 health, that's what? 200... About 300 health every heal. That's, yeah, that's
pretty
more than
significant.
Probably, yeah, more than your average Soraka, I think. And there's the fact that, obviously, the Battle Cry gives him...
60 armor
60.
magic resist.
Wow.
60. That is huge.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, that's crazy. I have to wonder if the Battle Roar stacks with itself. You know, when you use the empowered version, because that would be crazy. It can't do.
That would be insane! And we have an invisible dragon.
Invisible dragon, yeah, sweet.
Oh wow, and Pokestyle actually very nearly... He's definitely looking to take top tower right now. Like, Shen was forced to blow Ignite there to force him off. And actually, Udyr has a Sheen right now. He looks like he's building Trinity Force. Which is unusual, but I think I can see why you would. Like, it gives Udyr a lot of the things he wants. Like, he scales pretty well off AP, he scales pretty well off AD. He likes attack speed, and also he likes movement speed. And obviously tankiness. So yeah, Trinity Force, I can definitely see it on Udyr. Like, it's not something I've typically seen, and probably his base stats are extremely good too. Like, I think Udyr has some of the highest in the game, as far as I'm aware. Yeah.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And mid push. Interesting. Right, so... Wow, at the moment, Black are so far ahead. Like, they have a huge positional advantage. Like, they can take any tower they please, really, by just all roaming up there at once. And it looks like maybe they're going to be going for that right now, with Face Roller and Fat Mama heading up to top, even though they've been seen by Pokestyle. So it looks like Fat Mama's just going to be kind of helping out Alvic to push down this tower. Like, he can ult the creep waves if he wants to push it very fast, or, you know, wants to just provide support by having a whole lot of crowd control available. Looks like they're maybe going for some kind of bait right now, actually, as well.
Yeah. What? Alvic is recalling, like, right in the middle of minions. Oh, no, he is going to go back. Okay. Batman coming up, along with Corki. Okay, Corki's interesting. Maybe they're trying to do something there, but, you know, nothing really paid off. It's Udyr. At the end of the day, it's going to be very difficult, really, to do anything about it, because it's an Udyr. He hasn't really reached the stage where he's just fallen off the cliff, as it were. But
I see what they were trying to do. When Shen recalled, he could ult back in again. And Nocturne going in actually now on Fat Mama, ulting in and landing the unspeakable horror and slow. Ow! Nice juke on the explosive cask, and he's going to be just therefore getting out of there, actually. Oh boy. Face Roller X, ulting in, getting stunned, dead. Oh, you should take over this, really.
And Sullivan coming in as well. Fat Mama will be potentially picked up. There it is. There's the double kill. Corki, ooh, very nearly going back into the barrel, and Napion coming in, popping the double battle roar. Veggie taking a huge amount of damage. The stun goes down as well into the taunt. Napion picking up the kill onto Sona. Not entirely sure why, because she's not a huge damage threat at the moment, and the rest of his team has died. You are looking at a very angry Rengar. Bold Strike goes down into the battle roar. He is very tanky right now. 100 resistance on the armor, jumping onto Veggie. Huge damage coming out on Free Frosty right now. Tanking like 4 of them for days. And that will eventually be the ace, but that was disturbing how much he was tanking.
Yeah, but I think we might be starting to see the problem with him being kited. Like, if Veggie hadn't like deliberately gotten in range there to bait with heal, like he wouldn't have actually been able to really do anything in that situation where he was trying to get on him to kill him. Like he suffers from that problem of being too dependent. Like he's not an independent enough bruiser, so even though he's extremely tanky and he's doing a lot of damage, he can't necessarily dive onto the squishies. Like he can't really reach Ezreal in the fights. But obviously, like, yeah, EloHell came out very much on top of that. I'm sort of surprised, but I think it's because of the way the fight started. Like, started definitely on their terms. Like, they were the ones engaging with Nocturne and Silava. Although I don't know if you saw it, but Silava actually whiffed his ultimate on Corki. Yeah, no. I'm starting to wonder whether EloHell can come back into this. Like, that last team fight really set them a lot further ahead on goal than they were. Like, they've caught up a lot. And honestly, like,
Corki doing something very interesting, jumping straight onto Pokestyle there, will be Valkyring and getting out of there. He will be chased after by Udyr, will be picking up the kill very shortly, and Paranoia once again up. That's a very short cooldown, and jumping down onto Fat Mama. Oh, should pick up this kill very quickly, and Man Shield will not keep him alive. 2 easy picks, and Sullivan just picking up that as well. Okay, they're going to head on to Baron, it looks like. There is a ward there. Do they have oracles?
They don't, but they do have Udyr, and one of Udyr's strengths. Oh dear, erotic. You have a problem.
Pain. Oh, body flop over the wall there. Naprian is very tanky right now. He will be keeping himself alive for a couple seconds. Ultimate has gone down. Stealth obviously being popped. He will be keeping himself alive just for a little while. Ari is forced to pop her own ultimate. But I think that's all they needed to stop EloHell from taking Baron. To exacerbate that ill-fated sequence of events, if you will.
Yeah, like... Rengar is still extremely strong right now, and with that mallet, Sona was never getting away on her own, even with her Dark Souls Revolution ult. But yeah, she getting caught like that was very unfortunate for her, really. Like, she probably shouldn't have been on that side of the Baron pit when they were making a Baron attempt. Like, if they'd just all been together there, and Udyr had, you know, sat there tanking with his turtle stance spam, which he could do very easily, like, he could tank Baron for a long time, they probably couldn't have contested. Like, yeah, Naprian could have stealthed in and tried to smite steal it, but other than that, they didn't have a lot of options. And obviously a pause there because Ezreal has disconnected, which is not something you want, really.
Yep, Ezreal has, of course, DC'd.
So yeah, let's
yeah.
give the builds a little bit of a look, because I'm slightly interested as to, are we building an Abyssal Scepter? Like, since the last patch, the aura range has obviously been nerfed, and Ari, I think her abilities are mostly out of range for it. Like, Foxfire is probably within range, and her ultimate is going to be dependent on where she is at the time. But it seems to me like her Taunt and her Q, which are probably her main damage sources, are going to be outside of that range. So I wonder why that will, why you'd build that. I guess to avoid being bursted by Gragas. Like, the stats on the item are still great. For, like, having magic resist when you're in a lane with an opponent who is building magic damage, then will obviously give you an advantage. So yeah, no, I think I can actually understand Abyssal still on Ari, even after the nerf to the range.
Yeah, it still makes a lot of sense. And we're having this conversation about Annie before, and again, she's a very short range, a mage. But yeah, I can definitely see it in Ari. I mean, obviously with the poke, then okay, it's not going to land, but it's still poke. You still have the true damage on the return, and when it does actually get, it's actually DC'd again. But when you actually go for those team fights, as you said, yeah, it's going to get to that stage where you're not going to want to be bursted, and he's had that problem, really, hasn't he? He's gone into that team fight, being bursted out. He wants to be up close and personal. He's not actually getting that opportunity because Gragas is just doing work on her. So by doing that, he's keeping him alive for an extended amount of time, therefore increasing his damage output. So yeah, I can definitely see it.
I've got to be honest though, I think, like, my own personal choice, I guess the problem with this is that it would cost too much gold to get it out quick enough to be relevant. But like Azonia's would actually do her a lot of good against the Gragas attempting to burst her down. Gragas is very dependent on very few skills. Like, he uses his ultimate and his body slam and his Q, basically. And obviously, if you can Zhonya's his ult, which you can do if you react fast enough and are ready for it, you will really just ruin his whole damage combo. Like, he can't 100-0 you, and so hence he's reduced into kind of this poking style that he has to use, where he's just lobbing in Qs from a way away. Wow, are you guys not real gamers?
Real gamers use bottle.
Oh,
It's true, actually. Alternatively,
actually,
it could just be on the...
all bottles full. If you wonder what we're talking about, considering you can't see the chat, look up Meet the Sniper, and there's a scene in that, I think, video, which will possibly clue you in.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it's a very unsavory topic.
Reserve bottle? Are you not prepared? Full. It's full too.
It's a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Got to be playing the long-term. But I'm playing the long game.
It's a kind of an awkward situation when it is all full and you basically have to empty them all. And that's it's kind of dodgy.
Yeah.
That's what's happening to Ezreal right now.
Yeah. So, I've got to say, actually, I'm surprised at Shen's choice of Ionic Spark, like, right now. Because normally Shen's buy Ionic Spark because it increases their damage on the passive, because it gives them the health, which is obviously what Shen really wants. Like, that's probably his primary stat, as it were. But I would imagine, like, a Wit's End would probably give him a lot more resistances in his lane against Udyr. Like, that would give him the ability to trade with Udyr more effectively, because it would give him more damage and more resistance to a lot of his damage. I don't know. It seems slightly odd to me, but anyway. I leave that in the capable hands of the players playing today.
Yes, I'm not a pro player myself, so... But,
What would I know? I'm a 1700. It counts. I'm good at this game. I'm good at video games. I swear. My instincts tell me.
good at video games. Yeah, nice. But I might want to just do a quick time sync because we need to do jump to live.
Oh yeah,
well, that was funky. I just saw a ward get bound by Morgana snare without a Morgana being in the game.
That is definitely funky, but right now there's a team fight, so
yeah, well, the Sarsings have won.
Yeah.
A brief flicker. Ooh, painful. Oh, he's still dealing out some hurt. Love watching Sonder's 8-bit aura. And there's the pause timer again.
Oh dear.
Laggy as 4 stars. Hang on.
I like 4 stars. 4
I do
stars are
too.
wonderful things.
Dramatic reading of a 700 dealer game.
I'm trying to think of something from that game, but I'd have to do the voices, and I can't really do that. So,
Yana! I think that was one of the best quotes.
why you know blue?
Good.
Oh no, no. Builds, people, builds.
This is what happens when casters have been casting for a while. They get delirious. And they start
Yeah.
quoting weird and obscure things.
Yep, and actually Rengar right now, I'm looking at his bone tooth necklace. He's on 6 trophies right now. That's actually pretty decent. Like,
It doesn't tell you exactly how many though.
it does, actually, doesn't it? He's on 8 actually. But he's hit 6.
Okay. Ultimate has gone down by Shen, however, going in for this initiate, pops him behind actually, because Shen goes down, very funky animation, and Ezreal will go down immediately, Pucky picking that one up, and Fat Mama will potentially be in a bad position, however, he's so tanky along with Napian, just tanking for days. Face Roller also potentially being picked up, he will go down, Vanda picking that one up, and the rest of his team chiming in for that kill. Vedu over the wall, and onto Alvic. Whether he can actually win this trade, I'm not sure. We'll be dashing over the wall, however, with that shadow dash. And Salva taking some damage from Red Buff. And that was a pretty, once again, decisive victory.
Yeah, it's really looking like... Oh wow, they're actually going for Baron right now. And this is what we said before about Udyr being able to tank Baron for quite a long time. He was soloing that for a good bit of time before the rest of his team turned up there. And yeah, it looks like they're just going to take this for free, effectively. Like, screw Dragon, basically. They saw the opportunity and they went for it, which is really, really, really good for them right now. Like, they won that last team fight dominantly, and I'm actually gonna look back at it now, and I'm gonna try and say why that happened. I think a large proportion of that was the fact that Corki got focused out very, very quickly by pretty much the whole enemy team. Like, Shen didn't even have time to ult onto him, I think. So yeah, that was that's sort of the power of having these really up-in-your-face tanky bruisers, coupled with Gragas, who has this ability to obviously throw your positioning completely out. So you can have your Gragas through the squishies out of position, and then you have the tanky bruisers going in and just ruining them. So yeah, you ended up with a very dead Corki very quickly, and obviously he is a huge damage source because he's 5-3 and 5 at 218 CS. Trinity Force and Bloodthirster. That's interesting, actually. The Bloodthirster is possibly indicative of the fact that he's feeling the nerf to crit chance, essentially, on Corki. Like, previously the standard build was Trinity Force Infinity Edge. Now he's going for Trinity Force Bloodthirster. It's going to give him more kind of lifesteal and utility and survivability. It's going to give him a whole lot less damage. Like, it really, really cuts your damage down not having that Infinity Edge. Going for more of a kind of AD caster route, actually, basically. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just basically looking at the general builds from EloHell. I nearly said the general builds from EloHell in general, which I just said anyway. But they basically have 2 Trinity Forces. And basically, you're looking for super strong mid-game, basically. And you have the Udyr with a Guardian Angel. Looks like Ezreal's buying one as well. You always have the double Durant on Udyr. They're looking for a very, very mid-game orientated build. They knew they were behind and they had to go for it. And here comes the initiator onto Vase Roller. He will be backing off. Napian also popping the ultimate. Ultimate goes down by Shen. And Vase Roller actually going back into this. Not sure that was a good idea. Alvic potentially baiting him to his death. Oh, and yep, EloHell will just be backing up, picking up this blue buff and going where they please, basically. There's nothing really Black can do right now.
Yeah, right now Black are very, very aware that they cannot hit them. Like, they cannot match up, and they know it. They're not going to engage unless they're forced to, basically. If they are forced into an engagement, though, honestly, they won't win. They won't win. They know it. We know it. Everyone knows it, basically. So it's just a matter of how EloHell forces said engagement. Like, if they have, you know, a Nocturne diving, that won't really work out for them, because they're not that far ahead that they can afford to just die for free. Actually, Poke's still taking a whole lot of damage from Corki here.
Corki's got to be careful, though.
Yeah, Odia's flash is actually coming up very shortly. We might see something. In fact, flash is coming up very shortly on almost the entire team for EloHell. Yeah, once that's up, they're probably going to be getting a whole lot more aggressive because they can just flash straight onto Corki and, you know, force him out of position, instant give him. And if they do that...
The pull onto Erotic will not actually get the kills. Crescendo goes down onto at least 3 people. Ultimate goes down as well from Gragas. That King Initiate. Nashvin will be picked up as well immediately. And at least, Udyr will actually be keeping alive. Veggie will actually fall. Good charm by base roller. That will keep him alive. And Corki, another pull by Fat Mama. Not convinced that was the best of ideas, but always aiming for Erotic. That will be the mid tower going down at least. Yep, there it is. And more wave pushing.
Yeah, that pull there, it was good in theory, not in practice, because essentially you want to insta-give Sona, but right now she's just slightly too tanky, and the rest of the team was slightly too close for her for that to really be viable. Like, he shouldn't actually have pulled her in if he could have avoided it. If he pulled in Vanda, perhaps, that would have worked out. If he pulled in maybe Salava, that could have worked out too. But the fact was he pulled in Sona, and that basically just gave her prime seat to ult the whole team, and that was followed up with, you know, Gragas ult and all-around diving everyone everywhere. Just, yeah. Now EloHell has actually taken the gold lead, where before, I think it was easily 6,000 gold?
Yeah.
Black advantage? Yeah. Significant advantage now, basically gone out.
Well, Fat Mama really wants to get this pawn to Sona once again. Not going to happen. Counter initiated by Salava. But Alvic also chasing after. They do want this engage. I'm not really sure why as such. Nocturne has popped the ultimate more for the utility than anything. They will be backing off. No casualties just yet. Erotic will be pulled in back into the team. There will be the kill. 1 pick so far. Interesting Valkyrie. Now following up onto Vanda. They will be classy by Naprian. Jumping over the wall. They're going in for this super hard push, going in for that aggressive pick, and then great prediction on the flash, and that will be the Guardian Angel being popped, potentially aiming for Vanda. Ultimate has gone down from Shen. That will be the pick up onto Corki, though. A huge portion of the damage has been lost. Veggie now in the kill zone. Good pull by Fat Mama once again into the power phase. Should be picked up just in the second. Nocturne is so tanky right now, though. Took a long time to die, but they will be able to push. And look at the heal from Naprian.
Yeah, he's built a Spirit Visage, so that'll obviously...
Oh, wow.
But right now they actually need to go back because their base is getting pushed in by super creeps. Like...
And Fat Mama just got decimated by Gragas.
Yes. That was bad, actually. He had an Oracle and all, so yeah, very expensive loss there. But it's always the danger with the Gragas, because if you're on half health, he can probably burst you, and very, very, very quickly. It takes him maybe a second to kill you at close range. So yeah, you don't have long to react, and obviously his flash was down because of that grab from before. So yeah, Naprian there was actually pretty influential, and that really aggressive push was, oh wow, Naprian going in on Pookie style. Like, yeah, he can't actually win this duel. Maybe.
Maybe. Nope, ultimate has been popped.
Yeah, back down. He wanted to find out, but Udyr is probably the strongest, maybe not the strongest, but in a straight up right click fight, he's up there with the greats, basically. Like, he can just tank forever and also shred you. Like, a lot of damage, a lot of tankiness, a lot of stuns. And I think we have an invisible Baron. Do we?
Do we?
No.
Maybe it hasn't spawned yet.
It hasn't spawned. Alright.
Okay, there we go. Okay, good job, game. Alright, so, you know, Sona's ultimate crescendo is very hard to see with that skin.
Huh.
It's like super fast, and it's difficult to just like see the hitbox. It looks odd. So I can see how that throw you off. But looking for this initiate once again. Veggie coming in. That will be the pick once again onto Corki. They cannot afford for Corki to be falling so quickly. Ultimate has gone down. That being Spirit Rush from Ari once again. Had to be defensive. I think this is the third, maybe even fourth ultimate I've seen from Ari, which has been defensive. And now they're getting pushed in.
Yeah, I think maybe she's going to go for Zhonya's next if she can, but right now, yeah.
Pokey Star taking a lot of damage. Renjuans comes down, and ultimate from Gragas tearing them apart. Alvic will be picked up. That's going out as a latch-less effort. Game over from that Sona. 1-for-1 trade, but it's Shen, one of your main tanks.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to go for the aggressive push to win right now, but they are going to put themselves
screw.
in such a good situation. Like, ooh, blimey.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where you suddenly see the grab and it goes right past someone. And that's what they kind of need at this stage. Blank really needs to get a pick where they, they take out someone huge. And then they kind of follow up, like they did at top lane before, where they, I can't remember who they caught. Maybe it was Sona. But they chased really aggressively and they pulled someone in, picked them off, and it kind of turned into a flowing gameplay that actually kind of suited their team. Until Corki got picked off and they kind of lost momentum. But, yeah. They are in a bad way right now, Black. I mean, they're down, what? Only 4 gold? 4 gold. 4 gold, exactly 4 gold. 4,000 gold. But, I can't see them winning it, honestly, at this rate. Like, they're just not able to keep up with this team fight that EloHell have. They just have a better team fighting composition. And it's...
Yeah, and the problem is, EloHell have been winning for a long time. Not since they were ahead, just when they were behind they were winning like pretty handedly as well. It was from that one team fight at top, that one fateful day.
Yeah, and wow, Silava fully built? No, he's not. He's just built... Taken red and blue elixirs. Wow, he's looking to end the game within the next 2-3 minutes, I think. That's aggressive. I mean, Gragas does have actually a pretty good use for his AD in that his body slam does scale off it. So it does actually increase the damage from his burst combo and gives him obviously some health, which coupled with his damage reduction is very, very handy. But yeah, if it runs out, obviously, it's a huge waste of gold. But yeah, they're looking to force a team fight right now.
Yeah, they want something to happen. They know that eventually Udyr will get to the point where he's, going to get kited, and they don't necessarily have the team for that. I mean, okay, maybe they got Blitzcrank, but they've got to be careful. They do want to end this very soon. They're looking for the perfect opportunity to go for that initiate. Vedi taking huge amounts of damage. Paranoia has gone down. Not really looking for the initiate. He sees someone split from the pack. Initiate goes down. A huge damage coming out. Straight onto Naprian and Alvik. Fat Mama once again. Spice Rollers will potentially go down. Alvik will ultimate. Naprian will be picked up as well. 3 kills, and Corki actually died from bleed. Corki style just chasing down onto Alvik. And there's the crescendo once again. Interesting animation.
And GG well played coming out of Fat Mama. That was a surprising turnaround, actually. EloHell really did work in their team fight. Like, I don't think when we were evaluating their chances, I don't think we really considered just how, like, synergistic their composition was. I mean, it's so difficult to, like, rate how much of an advantage Gragas gives to Udyr, because it's this really great synergy where if you split them all up like that, Udyr isn't going to get kited nearly as hard. It's very difficult to kite this Udyr who is, just attacking one person. Like, normally he gets 5 people focused on him when he's trying to run in. He has to back out or die, or flash in. But in this situation, Gragas just broke everyone up, then they got stunned by Sona or, jumped on by Nocturne, or a variety of options actually for what their doom. And Udyr was, doing a lot of tanking.
Yeah, anyways, guys, we will be jumping to a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we will be jumping into the next game, or at least the next game lobby. So stay tuned, guys. Have a good break.
Barbara
I
Streisand.
wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. I act real shallow, but I'm in too